Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
You're there? You're sure? I began to talk and you were not there. I didn't turn the thing on, you know, like... Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 20. It's insane. I'm so close to the end of this Season 3, it's insane. Already? Really, during these last 3 days, I watched so many episodes, in fact. I watched 8 episodes. That's a lot. I already watched today the 2 last episodes, episodes 18 and 19. If you want to see my reaction videos about that, I'm gonna put the links into the eye. They were great, really great. I cried a lot during the first one because I thought that it was not Armin's body burnt like that. I was sad for them to have that dilemma. I was sad for Eren and Mikasa thinking that they would lose Armin. I was sure that Levi would save Erwin. I was glad about it because for me it was the right thing to do, and he didn't do it, and in fact it was really Armin's body, so Levi saved Armin. Thank you for that, really, a lot, Levi. But Erwin died, and I really had to process the information of Erwin died, Armin was really this close to death, but he survived, and he's gonna be a Titan. And I think that it's gonna take time also for Armin to process that information. You're a Titan, you ate Bertolt. You, Armin, who is fighting since entire episodes, months for you, with the fact that you have to kill people, actual humans, you don't want to do that, you were so shocked when you did it the first time, and after that you continued to question it again and again. So for you to eat Bertolt and now to be a clever Titan who can kill humans even more easily, that's gonna be really something for you to accept that information and to accept that you're a Titan and what you can do as a Titan. I'm not so sure, you know, about how easy it's gonna be for Armin to do that. Right now, during this episode, I don't think that we're gonna talk about that. I think that we're gonna talk about what they discovered into the secret basement. We finally reached the secret basement. That was so fun when they reached it and the key was not functioning, because really 5 seconds before that I was like, imagine if the key is not functioning. And it did. And it happened. That was so fun. But I was not worried, because really when I saw the door, I was like, it's okay, you know, for the key to not function, because clearly that door could have been broken by anyone, and Dr. Yeager, he wanted to keep safe, you know, that thing even more than just with that door, you know, like it was too easy. So I was not surprised by it. The fact that you kept things into a little thing like that, okay, I would have thought of something even more safe, you know, to keep that, but okay. But he thought of putting these things, you know, to preserve the books. And that was one of my main concerns about the secret basement. For me, it was something physical, because I didn't think that the thing inside of the secret basement could survive to all of these years, to dust, to rain, to fire, to stuff like that. Because I didn't know how it was functioning, the fact that the basement was under the floor and not just under the house. I don't know how it's functioning into your house, you know, into your country, but for me, the conception that I have of basement, you have your house, you know, on the floor, and the basement is just under that, but it's really just under that. So if the house is destroyed, it's destroyed on the basement, so it's crashing the basement. Do you understand what I mean? So right there, it's more, you know, on the floor, protected and all, than I thought. And Dr. Yeager thought also of protecting it, you know, putting things to preserve it. So it was his memoir inside of that stuff. This memoir, again, I don't know yet if the parallel that they made at the end of the last episode about Dr. Yeager's childhood, they used all of the codes of the Nazism, you know, like a dictator like that, with the yellow star putting right down your arm, with being prisoners, you know, and all, with having some of them being less considered and being right there, like, with privation of liberty and stuff like that. Like, for me, it's really related to that, and the fact that we just discovered before that outside they have photo, they have airplane and all, it's making me think that it's our world, but an alternative one. You know, at some point something changed, or it's another world, but really inspired by our world, and that society in which Aaron's dad lived is connected, you know, is a parallel of the Nazi time, you know, something like that. I don't know yet, and I hope that I'm gonna discover that during this episode. I think that during this episode, Aaron and his friends are gonna tell all of what they discovered to Historia and the new government. I want to discover that for sure. I want to know the truth. It's gonna be something, you know, to discover how the world outside is, and maybe the reason why they created that world society. You know my theory with that, I'm gonna repeat it just one more time just in case. I think that they created sort of a prison right there, and there were sending titans to keep people inside of these prisons, and they created also the clever titans, they sent the clever titans, and also they created that disease to kill some of them inside because there were too many for not enough food. They created an entire system, an entire society. They thought of creating the Survey Corps to be a faction to represent hope of freedom, but it was a faction which was supposed to never succeed. I think that they recreated all of that. I think that people outside decided to do that, and some of these deciders are inside, and also we have some active agents inside, like it was the case for Rainer, Bertolt, Annie, like these warriors. The reason behind that, for me, they don't want to destroy humanity by doing that. They don't want to save it neither, because in fact humanity is alive outside of that territory. I don't know. For what we discovered at the end of the last episode with Dr. Yeager's childhood, I would think that, you know, Bertolt, he said that them inside, they didn't do anything wrong, and for me it meant that maybe they were prisoners because their ancestors did something wrong, and I was beginning to think that maybe it was a war between countries, and you decided to punish all of this country like for eternity by making them prisoners. But why doing all of that thing with the memory? Why, you know, all of that situation, playing with them in a way more than killing all of them? So I didn't think of my theory that much, but that was the theory that I had, at least a possibility, and one of the options that I wanted to consider. With what we discovered about Dr. Yeager's childhood, maybe outside they are considering a part of the population inferior, and they sent some of them inside of that prison to do what? To be a prison, yes, to have them in prison, but again, why not killing all of them? I don't know. And they have some of them outside that they are using to work you know? And that's why also maybe right now he was talking to them like guards are talking to prisoners. I thought of that. But maybe also like people who think that they are superiors are talking to people inferiors. Do you understand what I mean? Like, maybe it can be something like that. We'll see. And I'm gonna see that right now. I'm gonna finish this intro. I hope that I'm gonna finish this video with enough light. We'll see. If you want, you have my Patreon on which you can have these episodes earlier. I have 6 episodes of advance on my Patreon. It's really a lot for Attack on Titan with extended or full action part. For the last episode, I don't know what I'm gonna put, but for all of the episodes, you know, about the fight, I put the full action part on my Patreon. That was really insane episodes, and I cried so much. If you want to support me, go on my Patreon, because clearly it's the best way. On YouTube, I'm a little reactor, so I'm not really considered. So yes, on Patreon, that's why I'm creating all of these advantages for you, like clearly 4 reaction parts of big episodes and 6 episodes of advance, and even, you know, the extended reaction parts, I don't have to cut that much into it and to play with opacity and stuff. So if you want to support me, to thank me, you can go on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode 20! And then for my next session of binge watching, I'm gonna watch the 2 next episodes. And the last ones of this season 3. But first, this one. Let's finish this day already. That's gonna be great. It's gonna be enough also. In or out? Cars, it's out. Is it our world or not? Eldians? So it's not our world, but it's like our world, you know? Like the Nazi time. The uniform, it's the same uniform than the ones who arrested Ymir. She's coming from outside. They considered her as a successor of the throne. Stop. You're beating. Paradise? Really? He said I didn't create the paradise you wanted. No? Is it supposed to be paradise? The whole society? They killed us? Your ancestors, I'm right, it's a question of ancestors. Ymir?
大地の悪魔と契約し、巨人の力を手に入れ、エルディア帝国を築いた。そして大国マーレを滅ぼし、この大陸の支配者とユミルの民は他の民族を下等人種と決めつけ、弾圧を始めた。
Stop! Make a break with that. Ymir. Is it the Ymir that we think? That we know? The successor Ymir? Like, we saw her transforming? It was her who divided herself into what? Into 9 titans? Again. So many new words, you know? Ymir Fritz, our ancestor. No, so many times ago, no, okay, it's not our Ymir. But she was named Ymir because of that, maybe. The first titan was named Ymir. When she died, 9 titans who built the Eldian. Okay?
他の民族を下等人種と決めつけ弾圧を始めた。民族浄化が約1700年続いた。
So Ymir's people, like the other one said, they did that.
エルディアに内部工作を挑み、さらには9つの巨人のうち7つ 80年前の巨人大戦に勝利したのだ。当時のエルディアの
So they
このパラ
again that one, the Eldian people were persecuting the Marley country, the 9 titans coming from Ymir saw Ymir the first titan who made a pact with the devil. What was the last thing? I mean the Marley they gained the power of 7 titans, and what was the last thing? The Eldian king navigated to Paradise Island.
国民と共にそこへ逃げ込んだ寛大なマーレは我々の
Ah, okay. Race is the Eldian king. He went
危機として己の
out
祖先を
where he created the world society, leaving some of his people with the Marley, who didn't kill everyone.
あの男がベイルを黙れ大罪人だ優勢思想に走り民族浄化を
They are doing the same now.
そんなに父さんと母さんと楽園に行きたいのか
To be sent to paradise. The island. You can be
我々
sent
が直接の加害
as
者
a
でなくても
titan.
関係ないことだ頼むから父さんと母さんをフェイと同じ目に合わせないでくれ間違っているのはどちらだろうか
Ymir the cult around her. It was the Eldian on that country who were trying.
おそらくは両方だ
Okay, okay.
私は無知で愚かで
They are doing the same right there.
私が己の道を見つけたのは18の時
They are not killing everyone, but they are using them, putting some of them.
同胞あなたの妹はマーレ当局の男に我々にはマーレ政府の内通者がいます詳しい話をお聞かせしましょう
That's a sign of a resistance.
妹の事件の真相を知った時心に誓った本当の悪魔はどちらかを教えてやる再び世界を正すためにはエルディアを復活させなくてはならない
No!
マーレ政府の内通者はフクロウと呼ばれる
You don't want to do what they are doing to you, like.
我々の使徒ユミルは巨人の力に目覚め荒れ地を耕し道を作り俺たちの教わった歴史は全てマーレに不合理しかしグリシャいやまだほとんど解読できてないんだでもなぜ真実が分かったなぜなら俺は始祖ユミルを信じている俺たちは選ばれし
You can't read that, but you...
フクロウが人を強したぞ
私はダイナ・フリッツと申します。王家の血を引くものです。
王家だけが持つ巨人の情報を復権派にもたらした
Okay. What about the memory thing and all? And why the first coordinate the race he did it at first, the first
マーレを
king?
打ち直すことができるなぜ島まで退くことに
それは戦うことを否定したからです。大陸内の力の均衡を保つという役目を放棄し、辺境の島に都を移したのです。
So that's what Emily was saying.
我々エルギアの民のために大陸に踏みとどまった真の王家にマーレを打倒しエルディアの誇りを取り戻すのだ
If you mean by that that you need to kill all of the Marley people?
翌年私たちは結婚し男子を授かった
You have a bell?
名はジーク王家の私たちを勝利に導い
Zeke?
てくれる
The Beast Titan? That's why he said he did to you the same that to me. It's not Elvis that.
に発展していく頃エルディア復
I'm sorry.
我々ユミルの民から7つの巨人を継承する器としてマーレの戦士を募り
Only 9 warriors?
莫大な化石燃料を埋蔵するパラディートは決して無視できるものでもなくなった
That's why they are finally attacking now.
今後我々に干渉するなら壁に潜む幾千万の巨人が地上の全てを平らに敵は我々と同じ壁内に侵入し子孫の巨人を奪還することでは手段が残されている我々の息子ジークをマーレの戦士にするのだ
Okay.
いいかジーク
You consider that right there
マーレの
he brainwashed you?
エルディアの屈辱はあなたが晴らすのよ。
分かった
In a way, he forced a little kid to do that.
王家の血を引く子でもエルディア復権の希望でもなく
Do it again in a way with Eren? But on the other side?
ジークは自らと祖父祖母の安全を選んだ。愚かな両親をマーレ政府に差し出すことと引き換えに。
You did not your parents? Oh, Zeke!
ついたぞ。ここが。
The walls, they pushed Ymir, the one that we know.
そうだ。お前たちはここで終身刑となる。無垢の巨人となってな。答えろ。袋は誰だ。
Seven Titans. Annie was one of them. Rainer, Bertolt, the Beast Titan. And two Titans inside, in mid? Not now.
ものか。なんでジークが俺たちを密告するんだ。お前の息子だろ。
We tried. That was wrong. To do that to a kid, that was wrong. That's a kid. You can't blame a kid like... He was already brainwashed by the outside. You try to brainwash him again. What is happening when they're down? For all of the transformed titans to rush to eat their friends. Also, did he transform your sister? No. Okay, I understand how it's functioning. Why for Ymir it was a different uniform, it was on walls. Dina? So you're not gonna say that she's royalty? Because if you're eating her... No. If you're eating her, you're gonna have the royal family and the guy knew it. He's helping you, that guy is helping you in a way. I'm sorry, Erin. This guy helps you. The situation, maybe not you directly, but the situation. He knew that she was coming from the royal family and he didn't want you to say that. He wanted maybe to say you like something. Mikasa, what is happening? Your dad. You have access to his memory. It was Dina who hit Carla? So you didn't eat? You didn't eat her to have the royal power? But still that guy? No. He has almost the same voice than Pixies. So cruel and you don't care. No, because he's not considering you at all. We already saw this one also, no? And you eat? You... I knew it! You are with us, you. The royalty. Oi! Sorry. It's just gonna release you like that without transforming you. The one who was
巨人の
helping you.
力はこうやって使う
You can transform! You're one of them! We don't know you. We never saw you. Or maybe it's better, you know, it's better to handle with that. Like, it's already so many informations to process. I'm not sorry that I made breaks during that moment, you know, when they told the story of Ymir's people, of the Eldians. I'm not sorry because clearly it was new names, it was dates, it was an old situation, you know, to understand. I needed to hear that twice to be able to remember things. And you saw that I watched it once, I made a break, I tried to remember everything and I was checking if I understood things right. I'm not sorry for that. I want to summarize that, I want to be sure, I want to summarize that. At least the main information. A long time ago, in another century, even more than that, Ymir, someone, made a deal with the devil of Earth. I have trouble to believe so, like nothing is coming just like that, like, okay, well, okay, that's this world. She made a deal with the devil of Earth to become a titan. When she died, she split it, you know, in 9 titans. These titans and their people, the Eldian people, went after the Marley people, killed all of them, destroyed all of them. At some point, during all of this long war, the Marley people managed to control the power of 7 titans. The clever titans, we're talking about the clever titans. So it means for me that the Marley, they have 7 powers of titans, and the Eldians, they still have 2 clever titans powers. One of them has to be the coordinate, but the second, for these 2, one of them is the coordinate, and the other one, I don't know what it is. Coordinates, and what is the other one? The memory thing? But that's not a titan power. That's not a titan. There is another thing too. And the 7, for the 7, the female titan, the colossal titan, the armored titan, the one who was like that on the floor, the beast titan, and we missed 2 of them. This one maybe at the end, the all, and we miss 1. No? Again. The colossal, the armored, the female, the all, the beast, the one on the floor. Yes, we are missing 1. Okay. Inside 2 titans, the coordinate and someone that we don't know. Outside, all of them, but we are missing 1. Okay? Hey, I'm working hard. Don't laugh at me. Knowing that he would lose, the king of the Eldians went on that island, created all of these walls made of titans around him to protect himself and to be sure that a part of his population, of his people, would be safe. Why not? And the titans into the walls, it can be explained. You know, like it's really a protection for you. Why not? For me, it's not explaining the memory situation. Why you would want to erase the memory of everyone? Because it's gonna be a way to encourage them to go outside, for me to erase their memories. Okay, it's gonna stop the war. Ah no, if you're saying that the world outside is destroyed, they're not gonna want to go outside. Maybe it can work. I can see that. And I can see why the first king and then all of the other ones, they were preaching for peace and stuff like that, because they are against the war. That's why they created that place for them to be safe, and they don't want their people to go out, to not have to be at war to have the consequences of the war. Okay, the Marley people who won, they created walls around your island and are sending you the Titans. Okay. These Titans, it's all of the people who are against them. Not only Eldians, you know, it's people against them. That's why they killed Ymir and all of this cult. This cult, it was a cult. They took a kid and they named her Ymir, and they said that she was the successor of the king. They needed a cult, you know, they needed to pray someone, they needed to pray for their people inside. It was a cult of these people inside. Okay, that's why they were killed after that and all. Okay. Your sister was killed, you joined this resistance, you tried to make one of your kids, Zeke, one of the Titans, one of the 7, but he denounced you, but he still became one of the Titans. He became the Beast Titan. So it was not Erwin's dad, not at all. I'm a little sad about it, I have to be honest. It's Aaron's brother. That's why he said all of that to Aaron after that. But the difference of age between the two of you? But the difference of age between the two of you? No. What? How can you have such a difference of age? Aaron is around 20, but right there Zeke, I mean the Beast Titan, the guy of the Beast Titan is around 40, you know, 20 years of difference. There is a little issue with that. But okay, your son denounced you, you were that close to be killed, you were... Oh, Dina was that Titan. The same Titan who killed Carla. That's awful. Your old wife killed your new wife. Grisha, your life was awful from beginning to the end, Grisha. I'm not sure that I share all of his ideas, like what he did to his son, to Zeke. Yes, he tried to brainwash him, to force him to do something. To do that to a kid, no. You can consider that it's not a brainwashing because it was the truth and all of that, but still, you're forcing, you're insisting, you're telling to your kid to do that, like, no. And you know, all of what he did also to the Royce family, the fact that he did that also to Aaron, he forced Aaron in a way to be the new coordinate, all of that was awful. But you know, I can consider that a lot of things that he did was really wrong, but that no matter what, all of what he lived into his life was awful. His childhood, his sister, his wife, his son, his first son who betrayed him, his first wife who is transformed into a Titan who is gonna kill his second wife. He didn't know that. I don't think that he knew that. Awful, awful. But that's how you knew that you could become a Titan, by doing that on you. We saw you doing that. Wait a minute. When he did that, Grisha fighting Frida, he transformed himself into a clever Titan, like the all showed him to do. But it means that he was a clever Titan, Grisha. At one moment, he became a stupid Titan and then a clever Titan. So the second Titan inside. If inside we have two Titans, the coordinate one and another one, Grisha, you became that other one and then you became the coordinate. So you had the two powers? Do you understand my logic? He cut himself. Now that I know that we can have only 9 Clever Titans, you know, 9 Titans with power. I hope that I understood that right. Now that we know that, it means that he became a Clever Titan. No matter what, you know what? No matter what, it's not 9 Clever Titans and all of the rest are abnormal or stupid ones. Even if we have Clever Titans and 9 of them are the 9 Super Titans, okay? Even if, you know, I understood that wrong, it still means that at some point I just thought of it. Grisha, you were a stupid Titan, you became a Clever Titan by eating another Clever Titan. It still means that. I just thought of it. Okay, it's not a question. Your wife was transformed, that guy saved you, that guy became the all, destroyed all of that, like, for what reason? And you were one of the Super Titan? But one of the 7 outside or one of the 2 inside? You were helping the resistance? She was from the royal family, Dina. It's so weird to discover right now who was the Titan behind that face. You know, the first Titan that we met, in a way, it was her, and we know now her story. It's so weird. Like, also, that little Titan who is eating the bad soldier at the end, we already saw him. I can't remember when we fought him, but we already fought him. And to think that this Titan, it was him and he intervened during that moment, like, oh, Grisha. After that, right there, you're all alone on the walls, you can't come back. So you have to jump and to go into the walls, like, okay, I can understand that. So you were not sent by the outside like I thought, you know, with my theory about him. I thought that he was sent to see how stuff are happening inside. That's why he said that in fact things are great inside, that's enough. And you really didn't know that the Survey Corps, you know, all of the system inside and all. So you said that the Survey Corps are supposed to represent the hope of freedom for humanity, and it was not something like that you knew before. I really believed a lot into my theory of the fact that the society inside was created for that, and the Survey Corps, they were created to never succeed. I still think that it's the case, but they were created like that by the king, in fact. The king didn't want them to succeed, to go outside of these walls. That's why he erased the memories of everyone and all. I was right about the fact, but not about who decided it. The Titans were always sent to kill people, not just to keep them inside. Even if it was a good way to do it, now they're finally attacking because they need the resources inside. But they needed first to send the Clever Titans, the Superpowers Titans, to find, yes, to create a panic and also to find the coordinates, to find the 2 Superpowers Titans inside. Again, I don't know if it's only 9 Clever Titans and then all of the other stupid abnormal ones, or it's clever, stupid, abnormal, and inside of the clever ones we have the 9 superpowers. I don't know how it's functioning. I'm gonna understand that, you know, with the next episodes. It's weird because, you know, I'm thinking about the theory that I had before this episode, before discovering the truth. I have the impression that with some ideas I was right, but to accomplish the ideas I was wrong. Do you understand what I mean? Like, into my theories, the facts were wrong, but the ideas behind that was right. I'm not saying that I was right, because clearly I was not. I only thought, you know, at the end, like since 2 episodes maybe, that it was something countries against countries. In fact, it was not a prison, but you were considering people inferiors still. So, yes, things right and things wrong. I'm against and I said it during the episode, I'm against us winning and destroying all of the Marley society or treating them like they treated us, like it's never gonna end. The audience, they destroyed all of the Marley people, they tried. We had that war during entire centuries. Now it has been also centuries that the Marleys are killing Eldians and all for what their ancestors did. You can't reproduce that. Like, if you're taking the power after that, you're gonna want to reproduce that to punish these people for all of the bad things that they did to you, but it means that it's never gonna end. I don't know what the solution is gonna be at the end, but I can tell you right now that I'm against winning, you know, like winning, destroying everyone, yeah, we won and all of that. These Marley people outside, they are not all, you know, like deciders, people cruel like the soldier that we saw. Outside, it's such a racist society, you know, using the audience for that kind of work. We saw what kind of work, killing them whenever you want, not considering them at all, like treating them badly, insulting them, they can't respond to you, they're gonna be killed or worse. Such a racist society. But before that, it was a destroying society that they had in front of them, so you can consider that it's an evolution almost, like they are kind because they are not destroying all of you in front of them. No, it's not that at all. All of that needs to end. The audience killed a lot of the Marley people killed a lot of audience, and not even for, I mean, I was gonna say good reasons, like, no reasons can be good, but right there the situation, the actual situation is even worse because everyone is making what his or her ancestors told them to do. They are just reproducing what people before them decided to do. Aaron and the other ones, they are in jail right now. Because what happened to you? I don't know, I think that we're gonna have that during the next episode. Really, this episode, it was an entire one about the memoir of Dr. Yeager, of Grisha. I'm glad that's the best way to discover everything, but it's so many information. I think that I got there, I got all of the information, but I need to thought about it even more. So the Beast Titan Zeke, your Aaron's brother, you said that Grisha did the same to both of you. Yep. You said that he brainwashed you also. You consider that he did to Aaron what he did to you, but not on the same side. Yep. I mean, I'm saying yep, like I understand your logic. I'm not saying that you're right, I'm understanding your logic. And you're gonna come back to save him. You're gonna come back to take him to the Marley. Okay. Bertolt and Rainer, it means that they were chosen as kids to be these superpowers titans. Like Zeke, they were brainwashed by their parents to be these superpowers titans. Do you understand what I mean? Like Annie, that's why you train together, all of you together. Ymir! You ate one of their friends before or after they became titans? I mean, clever titans, these superpower titans. Ymir, are you one of the superpower titans? No? Which could mean that outside, in fact, it's 6 superpowers titan. Now, inside still 2 or 1, which is the 2, and Ymir, who is living her life between them. Do you understand what I mean? If Ymir ate one of the superpowers titans. Aha! And yes, you were brainwashed by your parents also as kids like Zeke was. I don't understand the difference of age between Zeke and Rainer, Bertolt, Eren. There is such a difference of age between all of you guys? Because the first Armored Titan didn't die at the same time than the first Colossal Titan. I mean the last one. You were waiting for them to die. Or maybe, okay, maybe that can be a solution. I'm not fully satisfied by it, but that can be it. I think that it's a pretty... Wow! It's a really long review. I'm not sorry for it. I think that you can understand why it was so long. I had so many things to think about to try to understand. Thank you to those of you who stayed. You can put which word on the comments to tell me that you stayed all along. You can put helicopter. I don't think that we had one during this episode. Like really, I had the impression that I had one helicopter outside during all of the last episodes that I watched, but I don't think that we had one today. So put the word helicopter into your comment. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video right now and I'm gonna think about all of what I learned. That's insane. It's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now, bye! Does it mean that we have all of the answers about everything? No, not everything, but I have the impression that I have 60% of the answers right now. Weird. Bye!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Crazy.